Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Eric's office, Ridge, Brooke, Hope, Thomas, and Carter were still reeling from the news that Steffy had killed Sheila. They were glad that Steffy's children were on late stays. Ridge noted that Hope sounded awfully quiet, and Thomas told her that Steffy had had no choice. Hope was still in shock that Steffy had taken the life of her hubby's birth mama. Hope was compassionate to the intimidating situation that Steffy had to have been in. Ridge, Brooke, Hope, Thomas, and Carter bandied how Sheila had shot her son, and Thomas remarked that Finn's passions for Sheila still were not black and white. Trying to see it from Finn's perspective, Hope said he still had to attune that his woman had killed his mama. Ridge did not buy Finn's deep connection to Sheila. He said that after Finn had been born, Sheila had been nowhere to be set up. Still, Lee had raised him, and she was his real mama. Hope was surprised that Ridge did not see Finn's point of view. Thomas repeated to Hope that it had been toned defense. He hoped that, after some time alone with Steffy, Finn had reused effects and could support Steffy like he was supposed to. Ridge was bothered that Finn would be too broken up to support his woman. And Ridge asserted that Steffy demanded her hubby while under police questioning. Ridge realized that the police would be on their way back over there, and he decided he demanded to go there, too. Carter offered to accompany Ridge, but Ridge did not want to feel like Steffy felt she demanded a counsel just yet. After Ridge left, Brooke asked how Hope was feeling. Hope replied that she was the only one supporting Finn, but Finn was not the only one with complicated passions about Sheila. Hope said that Deacon aloud. He'd been in love with Sheila, and he'd be devastated to hear about her death. Well, at least he is free, Brooke reasoned. Hope's mouth rubbernecked, but Brooke said she was not repentant about her passions regarding Sheila's death. Carter said that Deacon had ever managed to see commodity good in Sheila. Perhaps, Thomas said, but he added that the bright side was that Deacon wouldn't have to stay down from Hope and the kiddies presently. Wanting to be there for her father, Hope decided to leave so that she could be the one to tell him the news. Thomas offered to go, but Hope said it should be between her and her father. After Hope had taken off, Thomas said he was glad that Ridge had gone to support Steffy, who did not need to be talking to the police right also. Carter wished Ridge had let him go, too, but Brooke said it might look as if Steffy had commodity to hide if she presented with a counsel so snappily. Thomas could not imagine what Steffy had gone through to have to defend herself and kill someone in the middle of cooking regale. At the Precipice house, the confused Finn peered at his bloody hands. He said Sheila's blood had always been inside of him, but now it was on his hands. And yours, he told Steffy. Steffy heaved miserably. Finn explained that he was scuffling with the fact that Sheila had done terrible effects to Steffy and her family and had indeed shot them, but she would still been the woman he would lost sleep wondering about as a child. Back also, he would wondered if he would gotten his smile or drive from his birth mama. Getting emotional, Finn could not articulate how important it had meant to be to eventually meet Sheila and to know his biology, indeed after learning who she would really been. And now, I am no way going to see her again, because you killed her, he said. Looking as if she herself had been picked, Steffy replied that she understood how delicate it was for him. Still, Sheila had broken into their home with the same crazed look on her face that she would had in the alley. Steffy asked what she should have done besides defend herself. He said that he understood all that, but it did not change the fact that his mama had failed right there in his own home, at the hands of his woman. Finn and Steffy heard police enchantresses. Startled, Finn stated that he could not do this. Steffy looked puzzled. He said he could not do this with the police. Snappily, he skirted out the yard door. Latterly, Steffy was alone with Deputy Chief Baker. He could not believe that later all these times, it had happened. Steffy said she had killed Sheila in tone defense, and Baker asked what had happened. Steffy explained that she would been alone, but she would heard strange banging. She'd checked several times, but nothing had been there. She'd assumed it had been the wind. Baker imagined how agitating it had to have been. Steffy explained that as she would cook regale, the power had gone out. While searching for candles, she would seen a shadow on the wall. Sheila has been coming right at her, and Steffy had seen Sheila going to her fund. Steffy assumed Sheila had been drawing a gun. Baker replied that Sheila had not had a gun and had been unarmed. Steffy said that she could have sworn Sheila had had a gun. She had had one ahead and had shot Steffy ahead, so Steffy had assumed Sheila would do it again. Steffy explained that Sheila had not heeded the warnings to stay down, so Steffy had seized the cutter. That had been when Sheila had dived at her, and Steffy had picked her with the cutter. Baker asked if Steffy was admitting to pecking Sheila Carter. In tone defense, yes, she responded. Baker noted that Steffy had said Sheila had dived at her, but Steffy had not seen an armament in Sheila's hands. Steffy started to explain, but Ridge appeared, telling her not to answer. Steffy contended that it was fine because she would just been defending herself. Baker added that he was just trying to get the complete story. Ridge allowed. It was as simple as a sickie had broken into Steffy's house and tried to attack Steffy, and Steffy had put her down. That is it. Case closed, Ridge concluded. Baker, still, replied that it really was not for Ridge to say. Ridge decided that they were done. For now, Baker agreed. He told Steffy that he'd be asking further questions laterally, but Ridge said it wouldn't be without an attorney. After Baker had gone, Ridge asked where Finn was. Steffy did not know. She said he would left. At Il Giardino, Deacon was offering a client the special for the night when he saw Finn marching through the eatery toward the aft door. Excuse me, Cleric said to the client and walked in the direction Finn had gone by. In Cleric's apartment, Finn picked up a print of Sheila. He also touched one of her black hoodies. Deacon arrived, asking why Finn was there and if he was okay. Finn muttered that the Bobbies were at his house. Sheila went there, Finn said. Denying it, Deacon said Sheila had promised not to go there. Finn bared that Sheila was not coming back, not ever. Because the Bobbies had been mentioned, Deacon asked if Sheila had been arrested. Deacon felt that Finn was acting weird, and he instructed Finn to tell him what was going on. Finn explained that Sheila had broken into the house and hovered Steffy, and defending herself with a cutter, Steffy had picked Sheila after Sheila had dived at her. She killed her, Finn told a devastated Cleric. Cleric asked how it could be possible. Deacon stated that Steffy had killed Sheila. Finn repeated that it had happened in toned defense. Finn said he was sorry that he would had to tell Deacon, and he was sorry that Sheila was gone. Upset, Deacon fled the apartment. Finn sat down and peered at the print of Sheila. Hope arrived, calling for her father, but Finn uttered that Deacon was not there. She asked why Finn was not at home, and Finn replied that he had not been suitable to stay. Hope said that she would heard about Finn's mama, and she was there to tell her father about it. Finn revealed that he would formerly told Deacon, and that was why Deacon had left. Finn stated that Deacon had been enough shaken up, and there was a lot of that going around. Hope said she was sorry. Finn admitted that he shouldn't feel as worried as he was. He stated that Sheila had shot him, had shot his woman, and had held him hostage. To the bitter end, Sheila had been being Sheila, breaking into his home and hanging his woman. Finn stated that he should detest Sheila. Looking up at Hope, he asked why he did not detest Sheila. Finn pondered if it was love or if it was grief over a missed occasion. He did not suppose he loved Sheila, and he asked how he could love her. He recalled that Ridge had said Sheila was an beast who'd gotten what she would merited. Ridge wanted Finn to feel that way, too, but she was my mama, and now I am no way going to get to see her ever again. Finn began to cry, and Hope rushed over to clinch him. Meanwhile, at the Precipice house, Ridge hugged Steffy. He said she demanded her hubby, and he wondered where Finn was.